Hey, it's Alan with Aplushomeservices again here with you today. Hey, I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day, and they were curious about driving a zero turn. A lot of people see a lot of commercial guys driving zero turns. I know it looks cool, but sometimes things it can also look intimidating when you see them operating the different maneuvers and different things like that. I love it. I used to have a lawn, what they call a lawn tractor. It's just like driving a car or tractor, steering wheel, you're turning, and it was cool when I was cutting grass at my own house. But once I discovered driving a zero turn, and I could see myself alleviating a lot of maneuvers as far as backing up with a lawn tractor, putting it in reverse and having to put it in drive and getting in a corner and then having to back out and getting into tight spaces, and it was just a lot of maneuvering. But once I discovered how to drive a zero turn, I could immediately see the benefit in it. But I just wanted to go over a couple things with somebody that was possibly thinking about considering getting a zero turn and just felt intimidated, whether you're young or you're old. You can easily catch on to this right here. But I just wanted to kind of show some things. This is my little zero turn right here. It's a bad boy a ZT Elite. I've had it for a few years now, and it served me well. I cut over a little bit, almost 3 acres of land, but it makes the work quick. I used to have a 42-inch lawnmower, and it was good. I still have it, but once I got, and it was a zero turn as well, but when I got this one right here, that was a 42-inch cut. This is a 60-inch cut. It just cut the grass a lot faster. But I want to kind of go over some things with you so you can just kind of get rid of the fear. There's no fear. You can do it. It's simple once you learn. It's just a couple of little moves that you make, and you'll easily get acclimated to the maneuvers. But I'm gonna come a little closer here and just kind of bring you closer to the camera here and let you see a few things. Now, I'm gonna just expose myself here. When I cut grass, I don't really try to get all dressed up, you know what I mean? Go put my Nike tennis shoes on and a nice jogging suit and all that for appearance. I know it's sweaty, I'm gonna get dusty. It's yard work, and sometimes I tell people I think they spelled yard work wrong. Instead of Y-A-R-D, it should have been H-A-R-D. But it's enjoyable when you have the right equipment to do it with, and you can get it done. So I just want to get into this a little bit and just kind of show you a few things. I kind of put it here in the front, and I'll just kind of touch bases with a couple things. It looks like there's a lot going on here, but it's fairly simple. It's really simple. Here on this side right here, this is just the adjustment where you actually push this mechanism down here, and this is where you adjust the height of your cut. So if I was getting on here, and I like the thing with the bad boy, and all decks are not like this, you can actually stand on the deck to board the equipment. But here we are. I'm pushing this pedal. Let me get down a little bit more so you can see. Let you show you my fancy yard shoes. I try to squeeze, I'm real conservative. I try to squeeze everything out of everything I can get to get the benefit out of it. But I'm pushing this button here. I'm pushing this pedal. And when I push the pedal, kind of working this out here, you kind of work with me. When I'm pushing that pedal, I'm turning this dial. Pushing the pedal, turning the dial. I'm gonna see if I can get both of these in at the same time. Here we are. I'm pushing this pedal, and while I've got the pedal engaged, I can turn this dial, and it lowers the deck to whatever level I want. If I wanted to cut it 2 3/4 or 2 1/2 or 2 1/4 or 1 1/4, I can turn this dial and I can get the height of my grass cut that I want. So if you're a stickler about getting your grass cut at the same height all the time, and I think we all are, you just engage the button, get it to the dial that you want to get it set to. I like somewhere around 2.5 to 2 3/4, and that's a good cut for me. You may like something else. Some people like taller grass. I've got so much of it, and I stay pretty busy, so I try to get a cut that I can maintain it where I can get back in about a week to cut it. Like I said, it's a little over 3 acres. It's a lot to cut, but I enjoy it. The next thing, I want to talk about the engagement of the blade. When you're engaging the blade, let me go through it just like I'm starting this up and I'm getting ready to cut some grass, okay? And I hope you can see everything. You might not be able to see me, but you're gonna see what I'm doing, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is there's a lever on the side here, and that kind of puts it in park. So once I get it in park, this is the first start. It's a cold start. So with a cold start, once I've got my lever in park, I'm gonna pull up the choke button here. It's right in front of it. This is a bad boy. They're pretty much all set up the same. And I'm gonna pull the choke up, and on the right side, I've got my key and I've got my throttle. And you'll see the throttle, it's got the rabbit on it, and it's got the turtle. Turtle is going slow, rabbit is going fast. You don't need to start it all the way throttled up, okay? I usually start mine, just move it up a little bit from the little turtle, pull up the choke. I'm not engaging the blade yet, okay? Engaging the blade is pulling up this yellow lever, and that engages the blade. When I want to disengage it, I push it down. I'm not dealing with the blades right now. I'm just starting it. Choke up. It's in park. I'm going to turn my key. Start it up. Push the choke down. Choke is engaged. Taking it out. It's running. It's running now. Got it running. Okay? Simple. Simple. Let's start it. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it off again. Here again. We're putting it in church. This is another thing too. This is pretty much how you maneuver it as far as driving. You have to make sure that these are not engaged. This is engaged. That's disengaged. So first of all, I'm pulling up my park. I'm pulling up my choke. I've already started it, so that's a cold start. I'm going to put it in and put my choke on. But once you've run the lawnmower and you started cutting some grass, and you run it for a few minutes or so, you won't need to do this choke again. That's just on a cold start. When you first start it, you're going to need to get it choked, okay? So I'm going to start it up again. I got it choked. I got it in park. I'm disengaged. Turning the choke off. Okay. I can give it a little gas. I'm going to bag this thing up, and I'm just going to kind of let you watch me. Watch me kind of operate it, okay? So I still got the park on. If I try to engage it, I'll cut off. So I've got to take my park off first. Once I take my park off, now I can maneuver. I'm not going to do much because I've got to be careful. I can give it a little gas. A second, I'll be right with you. I'm going to show you as I begin to If I want to go left, I just pull the lever to my left to the left. If I want to go right, I pull the lever to my right. If I want to straighten up, I just kind of put them even. If I want to go forward, I just push them forward. Both of them forward. If I want to go backwards, I pull both of them backwards. If I want to turn on a dime, I just pull that right all the way. It's going to turn me completely around into a circle if I wanted to. If I wanted to go left, I would do the same thing. I would just pull it, and the entire lawnmower would turn me left. If I want to go backwards evenly, I just pull them back. And the entire lawnmower. And that's what I was talking about. It cut a lot of the steering wheel when I got into tight places and I couldn't get turned around. I mean, I had to put it in reverse and back out and just, a lot of extra maneuvers. But with the zero turn, I could just shoot. Man, I could turn. And look, once I got to going, I never looked back. The intimidation was over with. It's just getting past the fear factor of just learning how to operate it. And I just want to give you some of that information. So if you're considering getting a zero turn, whatever brand it is, I particularly got a bad boy. I had a Toro. I still have the Toro 42-inch cut. But the 60 just cut the grass a lot faster. It went a lot faster. It covered more ground. And if you've got two people, which I'm going to get the zero, I'm going to get the other one, the Toro 42 going again. And then my wife can cut and I can cut, and it knocks it out a lot quicker. But I'm going to show you some of the maneuvers. So you may not hear me talking, but just kind of watch what I'm doing, and you'll see that machine begin to maneuver. Okay? I'll be right with you. Engage the blades now. This is the yellow button. I'm going to give it some gas. I'm going to pop the blades up. That's going to get my blade circulating in rotation, and I'm ready to cut grass. I'm going to show you this other little mechanism that I got put on the side. It's called a chute blocker. And if you've got, I'm going to turn this off for a minute. I got this chute blocker on the side here, and I want to show you this because this is another neat thing that I was watching video, and we'll engage some blades here. But this little chute blocker down here, it's right at the bottom of the deck there. Let's see if I can get you to see that. It's right there. It's right here. So while you're driving, you can block where the grass is coming out. If you're mulching leaves, you're mulching grass, you can block this. I used to have a rubber chute that used to come on the side and the grass would shoot out, and that was good. But sometimes trying to cut another move, when I was cutting grass, if there was a flower bed right in here, I would have to keep going on the side that wasn't shooting the grass out. And that was, I mean, I had to make that turn and go down that side and then come back around and go back down that side. Well, I could turn on a dime, close my shoot block and I wouldn't get grass all in the flower bed or all up against the house. And there's a lot of people I've seen landscapers. I've seen some guys with a professional, and I used to cut grass. I had a lawn service, but a professional service would cut people's lawn, and they had the little rubber chute on there, and when they went past the house or the flower bed, they would shoot all the grass up in there. And I like excellence, you know. And so I nosy me, I would go over there and say, hey man, have you ever heard of a chute blocker? You could put that on the side of your lawnmower. It's a few bolts you can buy it. I think I paid a little over $100 for that. But when I went back down inside of that house, I made a move that that I could cut the grass without shooting grass all in the lawn, all in the flower bed or up against the house. So that's the chute block there. You can pick it up. This particular one, it's not a name brand. Bad Boy sells it, but there's some other lawnmower companies that you could probably get that sell accessories. So while I'm cutting bushes, I go past my rose bushes, boom, I close it, go past it, boom, open it back up again, and the grass is not all in my flowers, not all in my roses. It's a lot to cut. So any place I can, you know, save a step of doing some extra work, man, I'm all in on it. But I'm gonna get you back on this lawnmower, and I'll probably get out in the open space and just kind of show you some maneuvers where you're maneuvering with the handles. I'll engage the blades. Another thing that I like to do, it makes cutting grass a little more pleasurable. As I said before, they spell yard as a Y-A-R-D, but I said when I was doing lawns, I said, and before I got into the home maintenance business, I said that they spell yard Y-A-R-D, and I think it should have been spelled H-A-R-D. It's pretty hard work, you know, and people that don't do landscaping work or a lot of yard work, you know, take care of your yard guy. If he's doing a good job for you, hey, reward him. Bring him some water out, man. Just show some gratitude and some appreciation, because it definitely is hard work. It's hot out here right now. It's supposed to be like 103 or 4 degrees today, but it's supposed to rain the next few days, and I want to get some of this grass knocked down because when it grows quick, and I'd rather cut it now and not have, you know, having to bale hay and using the tractor to cut it as opposed to using the Bad Boy 60-inch deck to cut it. So give me a second, and I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna place this camera out here a little further out here in my yard, and kind of let you see some of the cutting that I'm going to do. So trying to get me a good spot here where I can show you. Okay, I'm gonna leave for just a second, and I'll show you some cuts. Okay, give me a second. Let me get set up here. Hey, let me get it here. Maybe I'll get it here. I got a better view, a better opening. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to get the Bad Boy. I'll be back. What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boy? Bad boy. I think I'm gonna go over a little bit more. That was a garden last year, and I plowed it up, so it's still a little bumpy there. So I'm trying to find me a good spot here in the opening. Okay, I think that's it. So give me a minute. Let me get the Bad Boy, and I'll be back. headphones, I can answer the phone while I'm cutting the grass if I can hear it, but at the same time, put me some good music on, some jazz, some Boney James or something like that, and I get it done. All right? So I'm getting ready to engage the blades. I'm gonna leave the chute up, leave the chute open because the grass is a little high. It does get clabbered under there if you leave the toes for a long time. It's good for mulching grass, but it's also good for mulching leaves. But I'm gonna leave it open for right now, okay? Except for if I go around the bush or something like that, then I'll close the chute, but I'll open it right back up. So hey, that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm gonna come back and just get, you can see how beautifully it cuts the lawn. You can see how high the grass is. You can see when you close the chute, it'll leave a little line where the chute goes goes up against the machine. So leave a little line. Usually if I cut it like that, when I get done, there's some lines in there, and I just raise the deck up and open the chute. I'll go back over the lines, just kind of dust it out. It comes out nice. But I'm gonna take you with me a little journey. Let me change over. I'm gonna close this camera off and get another camera, and you can just watch me cut the yard. We'll put a little music to it and make a day out of it. This is Alan with A+ Home Services. I'll be back for part 2.